on here real quick and kind of show you what I'm going to do if I can get my camera to behave, which so far we just had one heck of a rainstorm and thunderstorm come through. So I showed you earlier where I was taking the burger. I did probably close to 4 pounds, and I browned that, and I'm going to use the fat, and I may add a little water. And what I'm going to do is I've taken my jars, cleaned them, they're ready to go. I'm going to fill them with that cooked burger, the little bit of water, and some of the salt. And then I'm going to get that ready, and then I'm going to show you. I'm going to put it in my pressure canner, and then I'm going to go out and pressure can them. And then once that's done and I've pulled them all out, once they've all, popped and everything, then I will take a picture of what they look like when they're done, and I'll show you. Now, I've done this method, but I did a raw pack before. This one is a cooked version of that. And I think either is fine. I just wanted to try this one to see how it turns out. So I'll just show you how we go. I think while I was away, the spatula was out that I used earlier, and I think the cats decided to do some dishes for me, which is why everything has a lid, because you cannot trust them. And like I said, I did about 4 pounds. I'm not sure how much that will fill. Like how many jars. I'm not sure how many jars that's going to be. It was a heck of a day. Hopefully everybody's had a good day. My day was a little wonky. I had a patient admission today, and definitely found some pretty serious medical mishap that I had to call and get straightened out for the person. And then apologize for our broken healthcare system. I love to apologize for something that somebody else does, but whatever. Anyway, it wasn't going to be a life-altering, like it's not going to cause the person to pass away, but it could possibly cause them to lose a whole part of their body, this type of mistake that was done. So anyway, we've got it figured out, and made one doctor mad and one doctor real happy. The doctor who kind of forgot to do what they were supposed to do, of course, is not happy. And the primary doctor of this person that didn't see them while they were in the hospital is real happy that I called and did follow through on what happened. So, and I really don't care if I pissed them both off, really, to be honest. Because my job is not to be their best friend. It's to make sure that patients are taken care of properly. And that's going to be something I do as long as I'm a nurse. So I cooked this up earlier, like I said. So it's ready. And what I use, I have a turkey fryer base and out in the garage, and that is what we use, just to hook up an LP tank to, and that's what I use to pressure cook or can. Like I make salsa, different stuff like that. My husband loves vegetables, and they love him back. He doesn't have any issues with them, so he eats them. And I watch him eat them because I'm not going to eat them. Hopefully we can fill, I'm hoping to do 7 because that's what my canner will hold, 7 kind of at a time. So I always like to have a full canner. I don't want it to be kind of halfway. Now you want to leave at least, I'm leaving a little bit more than an inch head space from the meat up to the top of the neck. It probably won't need quite that much, but I'm doing it just to be on the safe side. And I'll show you kind of what they all look like when I get there. I'll bet you my cats were going crazy today with having cooked meat in a skillet that they couldn't get to because the lid was on it. I'll bet they wish they had thumbs. Isn't that right, Smokey? Mm-hmm. I know, but you don't get any of this. Your food is in the freezer. So it looks like I might only be able to make 6. We'll see. Like I said, I hate to waste gas and only get 6 jars, but this was the biggest pan that I had to do the burger in. And since I was kind of busy today doing other stuff, I knew I couldn't be here watching, you know, and can something and then walk away in the middle of it, so. Now, when you do this, anything that you can, you want to make sure that you clean the rim very well with, you can use, I just use vinegar, because you don't want any oily residue on there. Darn it, I wish it was my husband's night to do dishes. I hate to make a mess when I'm the one that has to do it, darn it. Hi, Crystal. I was told all the fat needed to be off the ground beef before I canned it. Actually, that's not true. I'm not sure why they said that. If they were like, oh, the fat turns rancid. But I cold pack deer meat, beef, fish, any of that. And I actually add, like when I do deer meat especially, I'll take ribeye fat, like 4, 5, 6 chunks and put it in there. And like I said, a few months back, one of the jars I opened up was from 10 years ago from me deer hunting. And it was delicious. So that is not true. I know that's something they say a lot of times, but I'm not even sure why they say it. It's kind of probably why they say cereal is a good choice to eat. I don't know. They're bad people. Anyway. Nope, that is not true, and I don't know why they said that, but that is a fallacy. Oh yeah, that kitty is a bobtail cat, so it's a Manx, and he will be 20 July. 20. I can remember when he was like 2, he got bladder stones, he got kidney stones, and had to have a little kitty cat catheter, which I'm a nurse, so I thought it was funny. I know some people don't think that's funny, but I found it funny. And I remember the vet said, oh, these kind of specialty cats like this, they have trouble making stones, and he probably won't make it to like 6 or 7. And I was like, oh, that's great. Okay. And so I actually started putting apple cider vinegar, just a couple drops of it in his water. Every time I put a new, fill it up with water, I will add a couple drops in there. He never had another kidney stone. I also put him on better food, like what I do. And that was the end of that. We never had any more. So let's see. Okay. Now, do not forget the salt. Salt you definitely want to do. So I'll kind of show you about the amount I do, because no, I do not measure. I'd say it's probably half a teaspoon if I was guessing. Not completely scientific here. It's what I've done for many, many years. It's worked. I've never got sick. My family's done this for eons. Never gotten sick. So I think we're okay. All right. Then I'm going to just put some water. I'm going to use my filtered water. And I'm not sure that you have to do a lot of this because I did do the fat, but I'll kind of show you what it looks like. See how it kind of went up the jar a little bit? I'm just going to do about that amount in each of them. I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds pretty cool. gosh, I hope our medical system gets fixed sometime soon. All right, so I cleaned the rims off. I didn't get any water on them, so I'm not worried about that. And then I'll kind of show you, it's hard to see here, but I've got the lid there and then the ring, and watch how tight I do it. I literally am just doing it to where it starts to catch. You don't want to clamp it down too hard. That's just too much. So I just do a little snug, I guess is what you would call it. Takes an hour and 15 minutes for you to process, to cold pack or pressure cook pints, and it's an hour and 30 minutes if you're doing quarts. And then when they're done, you let your canner cool off. You don't ever mess with a lid when you're pressure cooking until it has cooled off. So these will probably not be done till like 7:30 or so, to where I can actually open up the lid safely and take it out. So I will get them set in here though. Just 6 jars, darn it. Oh well. And I always put some white vinegar in because we have hard water here, and I'm not using filtered water to can with. But I will use water that's set out for 24 hours because the water that gets given to the cats, I set out at least for 24 hours and let some of the chlorine kind of get out of it. I don't think any of us are meant to be drinking chlorine or fluoride by that matter. If you all want to go down a rabbit hole, you should look up the fluoride that's in our water and our toothpaste. And actually, if you really want to see something interesting, go look at the back of your toothpaste or your child's toothpaste and see what it says about if you take in more than like a pea-sized amount, is what they tell you to use on your toothbrush, that if you happen to swallow that, you are to call poison controls. And if you drink a lot of water all day long, you're taking in more fluoride than you are in your toothpaste, but they don't tell you to call poison control. It's kind of crazy world. I don't know what else to call it, but crazy world. Okay, let's see. Yes, 20. He's definitely there. The vinegar, the reason I put vinegar in my water is I have hard water. And so it keeps the jars, I'll show you one of my tallow jars that I just did. So on the outside of the jar, it doesn't get chalky with all the minerals, the calcium and lime and stuff that's in the hard water. It doesn't get all over your jars. So it just keeps it from doing that, the vinegar. So that's what I put it in there for. And then I usually fight with the lid, so I may not do this in front of you guys because sometimes I end up having to say bad words. First time ever. It never goes on that easy, ever. I should do that more often on the live because literally the last one I did, I spent 15 minutes doing it, turning it. It was crazy. Anyway. So I think that's it for now. And I'm going to put away burger. I bought burger and a whole bunch of rump roast today. Oh, I can't wait. I have fasted since yesterday. Not that that's a long fast, but I'm ready. So I'm going to make some burger. So anyway, all right. If you guys have questions or comments, please leave them in there. As always, in my description, I do have my personal email and ways to get a hold of me if you need to. Now remember, Mother's Day is coming up, and I have all my tallow products on my website. I did just put up all of the shampoo. I have frankincense, and I think the other is vanilla shampoo bars. Those just cured. They were done today, and so I uploaded that onto my website. So if you want, I try to keep everything as cheap as possible because I'm frugal And I think everybody needs to be able to be as healthy as possible without having to spend a ton of money if they can possibly help it. And all the products I make, you absolutely can make if you have your own tallow, stuff like that. So let's see, Yazin. I don't know. If you want to, you can email me what your address is. If you don't want to put it out here, and I can look to see where we ship. I mean, I go through the U.S. Post Office, so I would have to say I don't know why I wouldn't be able to. It may take a little longer to get to you. I know I've sent to Canada. I've sent to places like that, Australia. Nigeria. Where else have I sent? So yeah, I would say I should be able to. Jordan, yeah, I think it would be fine. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Like I said, I take and mail my stuff. Like I write out the addresses and stuff and take it up to the post office. I live in a little bitty town. We have a post office still. A lot of our little towns do not. So I'm trying to keep them open so that we have them. So that's what I do. So anyway, okay. I'm a little ADD right now. So I'm going to get this started so that I can get it done before it gets dark. And then, like I said, I will show you a picture. If you want to go on my website, it is russellbrandswithaz.com or russellbrandswithaz.square.site. If you want to, go look at it, see what you got. Really good products on there that are healthy for us. I do put the ingredients on all of it. It's all natural stuff that I do. And if there's something you're not sure of, reach out to me and I can email you exactly all of it. So if you have any questions. Otherwise, you guys have a great day. And as I always say, meet, heat, eat, and repeat.